So apparently, Perturabo is coming. That's what's been spammed in my inbox. Games Workshop put out a reveal show the other day, and towards the end of it, there was some Iron Warrior teases. A lot of people are jumping on the bandwagon that they teased Perturabo with a bunch of other Chaos units. In this video, I want to jump in, I want to explore that, because I'm not convinced. I don't think it's Perturabo, and I think you Iron Warrior players, you're going to be sucking your own thumbs once again, because this is not going to turn out the way you want it to. So let's jump in and let's get waffling. So you can see the trailer in the background right now, and this is why a lot of Iron Warrior fans, and rightly so, are getting hyped about this. You can see some of the images where people could confuse Perturabo coming as a Primarch for the Iron Warriors. There's definitely a bunch of new Chaos stuff coming, but for those people thinking it is going to be Perturabo, from what I've been hearing from the whispers, it's not going to be that. Now let's focus on one of the images which has been spammed to me saying, Valrak, this is going to be Perturabo. This is his demon form of Perturabo, and it's this image in the background right now. And to be fair, I can understand why people do think this is Perturabo. It does have that kind of exhaust, demonic kind of monster machine vibe that you would expect the demonic Primarch Perturabo model to potentially take. But from what I've been hearing from the whispers is that this is not Perturabo. This is part of the brand new Defiler kit. Yes, we've been whispering about this for a while, and this is all part of something that they confirmed over on the Warhammer community website, and that is the Eye of Terror campaign. For those people who haven't been listening to the rumors, who have no idea what's been going on, what we're having right now is a multiple campaign ending edition narrative. It started with a 500 worlds. We're about to get the Maelstrom stuff, which they previewed, they showed off the other day at the live show event, and then there's supposed to be the Eye of Terror. And with the Eye of Terror, a bunch of Chaos stuff is going to be coming, mostly themed around the Iron Warriors. Like I've been saying now, there's going to be the Defiler, the Mutilators, the Iron Warrior upgrade sprue, the Iron Warrior combat patrol again. This is all going to be connected to this Eye of Terror campaign. Now, one thing I have stated so many times is that hopefully there is something that's going to be dropping for the Iron Warriors that is not just their upgrade kit. I think it would be an absolute daylight robbery just to put out an Iron Warrior upgrade kit, a combat patrol, and that's that. They should have a character returning or a new character made into a model, right? Maybe they should be getting demonic Primarch Perturabo, but that's the things that I haven't heard. And I always say, right, I'm not the rumor messiah. Just because I haven't heard it doesn't mean that it's not happening. But if there was a demonic Perturabo coming out and it was going to be the big ending model for this edition, I think there would be a lot more rumors circulating at this point. So sadly, I don't think Perturabo's coming. I just think it is going to be that combat. It is going to be the combat patrol. The combat patrol and the upgrade kit are part of the Iron Warriors. Fingers crossed they do get some type of character, but I think that's basically it for the theme of Iron Warriors. Now, for the Eye of Terror campaign, this is of course a lot more interesting, because maybe what they'll do is start to introduce the idea of Perturabo returning with his Iron Warriors in the narrative. And then what we can go into next edition is potentially to actually grow that into a plant, and then that's when that Primarch comes back. I have heard there is more Primarch returning in 11th edition. I have heard that rumor. I'm not going to go into it too much as of yet. I've always said the basic best theory, the best speculation I have is Lorgar or Perturabo coming back, because it blends into the story. I'm more on the side of Perturabo coming back than Lorgar because of the whole Vashtor stuff that's going on, and the Iron Warriors are very, very much involved with Vashtor. Vashtor has worked with Perturabo in the past, so it could make sense to connect those two storylines at one point and then go forward in the narrative. And I know what people are going to say, well, what does this mean then for kind of a loyalist Primarch returning? Is there anything out there for that? At this moment in time, as I've stated, let's get the Lion and Guilliman meeting up, which, by the way, is looking to happen. Again, at the end of the 500 world campaign book, there's a little blurb of text. The Lion has now officially sent Guilliman a message saying, brother, we need to talk. So that tells me that is going to go into 11th edition, and hopefully in 11th edition, we will get that meet up in the narrative. And then once those two have been established as connecting with each other, that's when you can start bringing back more Loyalist Primarchs. The last thing you want is another Loyalist Primarch coming back and they have no contact. Three Loyalist Primarchs back and not once talking to each other. It makes absolutely no sense and it would absolutely suck for the story. Now, one of the other questions that I keep getting asked after the reveals is what's going on after the Eye of Terror? The Eye of Terror is supposed to be after the Maelstrom, which we all know, of course, the Maelstrom is next. But apparently there's one more campaign that's coming after the Eye of Terror, and that is called Armageddon. Because for those people, again, who don't know, we're going back to Armageddon. 11th edition, it's revolving around the Orcs, narrative-wise, a big battle on Armageddon. Gaz Skull's going back there. The Blood Angels apparently going to be involved because they're going to be painted on the box set in red instead of blue. We know from the previous lore stuff that's happened with the Blood Crusade, like Angron went back to Armageddon, the World Eaters, the Black Templars, the Space Wolves, the Grey Knights were there, right? So, you know, there's a possibilities of a new Yarrick model coming out according to the rumors. It's all starting to build up, so there's a lot more reveals, a lot more stuff that's going to be coming. They said on the reveal show the other night that the next reveal show is going to be in March, and that's going to be Adepticon. And potentially, this is where we probably could get some teases of 11th edition going forward, because the timescale for what I've been whispered is that it's at the end of spring, start of summer, which makes sense because that's when GW like to put out new editions just in time for the summer holidays, and you know, people having a lot of time off with kids and stuff, building, painting models, etc, etc, etc. So the timeline is going forward a little bit. It's all starting to make sense now. There's a lot more stuff on the horizon. Sorry for people who think Perturabo's coming. Again, do you know what, right? I'll hold my hands up right now. Perturabo could come, but I am not convinced. I'm not convinced. I am 99.9%. It is not Perturabo. It's a Defiler. There's going to be Mutilators, again, like I said, a part of Chaos. But in terms of Demonic Primarch Perturabo, I'm sorry. That's just not on my bingo card for today's video. Hopefully, next edition, in a few months' time, maybe my mind will change. But for now, I'm just going to say it's not for me. Anyway, thanks for coming. Thanks for watching as always. If you've got any thoughts, feedback, anything like that? Are you looking forward to whatever these chaos shenanigans are? Let me know down below. I'm going to have a nice little chin wag down there as we always do. See ya. Have a great day and bye-bye.